Hey guys, good morning. It's me, Destiny, and I wanted to do like a really quick my daily face type video. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into that. There aren't very many steps, but I decided to do like a really quick video today. I'm just gonna go ahead and start off. I'm gonna start off using my Melody serum, and if you don't remember from my skin video, it's for dark spots. As you can see, I do have a few, contrary to popular belief, my skin is not perfect. I've been really stressed out lately, and I guess my face has been taking it out on me, and I in return am taking it out on my face. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that actually all over my face. And then I'm going to apply my daily SPF. If you're trying to treat hyperpigmentation, SPF is definitely a very important step, and I'm using an SPF of 60. You do not need an SPF of 60 every day, unless you're like Irish and you live in California. But to treat my spots, I really like this one because it's a very, very high efficacy. Okay, so I'm going to be using Makeup Forever Face and Body today. I like this because it lets my skin look really, really natural, and it offers a buildable coverage. So I'm going to pour a little bit into the cap after shaking it up, running low, and I'm going to stipple it with my Sonia Kashuk brush. Okay, so one step I did forget that I like to do is I put a little bit of primer in here because I have oily skin and my pores are kind of enlarged right now, and but it's been so hot. With stippling, it can get very tedious, so sometimes you'll see me blending, but I always go back to stippling to achieve the best texture at the end. It looks very natural when you stipple. And a lot of people are complimenting me on my camera. This is actually the built-in camera that came on my Mac. I have an additional new camera that kills this camera. It's really, really good. It's a really, really good camera, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. Okay, so now that I've achieved a coverage somewhat that I like, I'm gonna take some tissue, some oil blotting papers, or whatever you use, and just suck up some of the excess oil, some of the excess foundation, because today's going to be a very hot day. I don't want to look hot and cakey or over made up, and I don't want my foundation to act silly. Though this is Makeup Forever, and it is the bomb, and it won't. I just like to add that extra precaution because, see, look, extra oil and product, you know? Then I'm going to take my brush, dip it one good last time, and go into the areas that actually need coverage. My forehead doesn't need so much coverage. This area needs coverage. This area needs a little bit more coverage around my mouth and in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that's going to be like my final application of the liquid. Then I'm going to set it with Makeup Forever HD. And then I'm going to top it with Cover FX. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then to blush my eyebrows, my eyelashes. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Makeup Forever HD powder to set it, absorb any oil, and to take care of any enlarged pore looking situations. What I often like to do is take whatever powder I'm going to use, I pour the HD on top, take a nice blending fluffy brush, I'll bounce it, I'll get a little bit of both, and then I'll swirl it onto my skin. Now that my foundation is done, I'm going to go ahead and top it with a little bit of thermal spring water. And it's just going to set it, help it to look a little more alive, and just to kind of wake it up a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about the next products I'm gonna use, and I use these to contour my face. This one is from Jane, it's called Brownie Points, and this one is from Jordana, and it's actually a brow eyeshadow powder in Auburn. I use these to contour my cheeks. I use this one to be like the harsh line, and I use this to blend it out. I also use these to contour my eyes, do my eyebrows, contour my nose. I use them as eyeshadows. I use them as a little bit of everything. So I really, really like these two in combination together. So I'm going to go ahead and dip this kind of flat powdered brush. This is actually the number 3 from the New York brush collection that you can find at Dwayne Reed if you're a New Yorker. And I'm going to go ahead and just... Initially, I'm going to start with it on its side. I'm going to turn it flat and buff it out. Then take a little bit down here, just a little bit for daily, and buff that out. Start with it like this, and add it, turn it to its side to buff it out. And down here, underneath my chin, a little bit on the sides of my nose, just for effect. And then I'm going to go on with the Auburn on its side flat like this. See a little bit on the tips. And go in for the kill. Sweeping it all the way up to my ears. Okay? Really blend that out. Take a little bit more. Sweep it along my temples. Kind of as like a bronzer effect. Up top my forehead and on the sides. This just helps to slim the face, slim the forehead a little bit if you have a wide forehead such as myself. Blend it. And then let me check to make sure, because in this camera I really can't tell so well. Yeah, everything's on up and up. This little lace wig right now is like holding me over. I gotta do something with my hair. Then I'm going to take MAC As Sweet as Cocoa. I don't remember who turned me on to this, but I am loving this blush. I'm gonna apply a little bit on the sides of the brush. And I'm kind of gonna use it as a blush highlighter, higher up on my cheeks than I usually would. Smile. Since I'm so well contoured, I'm just going to use, oops, a little bit. A little bit in here, down my nose, and on my chin. Okay, one more blast. Let that fall on my face, and as you can see, my eyes still look tiny and dead and little. But I'm going to go ahead in and do my eyebrows. I'm going to use the Low Cornell 1/8 brush. It's called the Rose Petal. And I'm just going to go ahead and dip it in the Brownie Points from Jane. Now I'm going to go in with the lighter powder and fill in the head of my brow with a little bit of a lighter color. It just softens my brow a little bit. I don't like that super stark, super airbrush looking brow. I like my brow to be neat and professional looking, but not so stark. And I'm going to go with my Makeup Forever pencil and kind of just go over the whole situation to add a little bit of like a redness to it, to add a little bit of a softness to my face. See? All the wonders of makeup. So I'm going to go in and do my other brow, and then I'll be back. Foundation is pretty much done. I had to go ahead and just do my eyelashes. I realized that the video was running way longer than I expected. I intended on this to be like a 5-minute video, but I haven't got that down packed yet. I ramble and everything else. So on my lips, I'm using L'Oreal number 830 in Rich Brown. Don't know if you can see that. If it was my other camera, you'd be able to see it. But it's rich brown. You can take my word for it. And I really like it. It's a really pretty brown with some iridescent kind of gold shimmer in it. It looks really, really pretty with the blush. And this is kind of like my neutral work look. This is actually a very neutral work look. I usually do, if I'm not wearing a bright color on my cheek, I do something on my lip, or I do a heavy liner, or I do a bottom liner, or something like that. But okay, guys, so this is for those of you who wanted to know how to do a really quick neutral work look, and then how I do my neutral work look. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to say thanks again to all my new friends and subscribers, and thanks to all my pre-existing friends and subscribers. I really, really appreciate you guys. Alright, guys, so as always, comment, like, and subscribe, rate, all those things. Everything's changing so much in YouTube land, but I really appreciate you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.